Right, as you can see, the cat's still going. So what we're going to do is we're going to make kind of like a questions and answer type thing. So you could make a bit of a game show if you wish, and get it to answer certain questions, and saying if you answer the correct question, then add a score to it or what have you. So we'll start with some of those basics and we'll go from there. Right, so obviously the cat's still moving, so we'll just tell it to stop. And we can get rid of a lot of the stuff. Let's just get rid of that and tell it to set it back to its original size. And we can move the cat to wherever we want. Right, so we can have him all positioned for the game show. So we don't need that now because it's set to the correct size, and we won't tell it to change size. So we'll go looks, say hello for 1 second, and then we can also say something else, and we can actually type a whole bunch in here. So this is where you start experimenting with the other bits and pieces. So you can say hello, welcome to my sweet game show to test your knowledge. Right. So at last, and we can replace this now with, rather than what's your name, we can say I don't know, we'll ask a random question that's computer based, perhaps. Is Google Fiber download speed 1000 megabytes per second? Right, a little question mark on the end. Right, so what we want to say here is, okay, and we'll go, I'm just going to tell you how to type the answer as well, because what we want to do is, if we have people typing in the answer, then it's going to cause issues. Right, so if I say type Y or N, then I can go control, and I can do one of these if, then right, so I can say if this is an equals 1, and I can go back to our answer, as you remember from last time. So there's our answer just under the question. We say if answer equals yes, then we can say correct. It's very fast, by the way. Right, so like the fastest we get at a home connection is 100, so it's 10 times faster. Right, what we can say is then if that's say correct, yes, but what we won't say is if it's wrong, then say you were wrong. So if we look at this control and it says if then else, this is what we want. So if we actually go if answer is yes, say correct, else or otherwise, I'm used to saying, say you wrong, sucker. Right, okay. Obviously try and keep things pretty PC, but at the same time, that's it. So we can now play this and say, hello, welcome to my sweetest game show to test your knowledge. Right, is a Google Fiber download speed 100 megabytes, type Y or N. And if I type yes, it'll say you wrong sucker, because I typed that in so wrong I didn't even pick up on it. How did I type that right? And I'm sure there's half a dozen boys in the room picked up on that, but thank you for that. So in terms of this here, I said type Y or N, and I typed yes, and the answer wasn't yes. So when it's looking for Y only, even though we know as people that it's the same thing, it won't pick up on it. So this is where you need to go a little bit more fussy, and you go Y, yes, and it goes correct. Okay, so what I can get you guys to do is, repeat this process, ask a bunch of questions if you will. So I can then go, if I duplicate this, what it's going to do is duplicate anything below it, and so you can type in your next question here if you wish, and you can say, oh my goodness, what am I going to type? Is the school going to have of 100 megabytes per second download? Type YN. So yeah, you obviously can come up with some much more interesting questions than I have, but there we go. From there, and you can produce this and go through this. So obviously, if you were getting someone else next to you to play the code, this is kind of going to give the answers away. So up here in the top left, you can go full screen, and then we can go play the questions, and we go hello. Yep, and it says, right, what's the question? So I can go, no, you're wrong. So I go, and I go, right, is school going to have 5 connections of download speed? Type yes or no, and the answer is actually yes, correct, and there you go. So you can go through this, and if we shrink it back down, you can get this set up. Another thing is, I'll show you now, is I'm sure someone's already probably played with it, but we've got the stage backdrop. And what this is this white background. We can actually choose different ones if we wish. So we can upload one that you have in your My Documents or something. We could draw our own really sweet background, or we can choose one from the library that's provided. So I'm looking for kind of a game show type scenario, but chances are I'm not going to get something that suits that. But you can choose whatever you want. But obviously they've got quite a few preloaded ones on there. Oh, look at that, that's a stage, that looks kind of appropriate. So I think that's the best I'm going to do. So I'll double click that, there we go, sweet. Oh, it's all pink and pretty and everything. Right, I can just delete that white background. There. Actually, let's just, if we can go, see at the top here, you can go edit, and you can go undo delete, you can undo things, right? So as we forget stuff. Right, so I'm just going to drag that above it. And we'll start with this, and on the script we'll say events. You can actually code the background to appear and disappear at certain stages, and so what I'm going to do is, if I click the cat, you can see your code's back, okay, because you can assign different code for different things, and so you can have a few different things going on. And obviously when we get a game, there's balls bouncing and guns and all sorts of stuff, so you get a whole bunch of different sprites. So what we'll do is we'll go looks, and we'll go switch to say hello, welcome to my sweet game show, and then we're going to switch to backdrop stage 1. And so when we play the game, we go hello, welcome to the game, and it should change into the background if I click the right name. Sweet, there we go. So now it's gone into that view with it, and I can kind of go, yes, oh yeah, I know the answers, and go through there. Now if we want to start the game again, it's going to start with this costume up. So like I said, you set, the original states if you want to reset it back to a white background before it starts and all that kind of stuff. So if I went switch to backdrop, because you've got costume of the cat too, by the way, so don't try and mix the two. So if I said go to backdrop 1, which was that, if I click on stage and go backdrop, so you can see that one's called backdrop and that one's called stage, and you could change the names if you wish to, just to save any confusion. So if I click on this and I call this white BG, which is short for background, and the script, oh, my script's gone. No, it's not, because I haven't clicked on the cat, so don't freak out when that happens. So if I said switch to backdrop, and it's now updated to white BG. So once it finishes, it's going to switch it to white, but that's not really all we want things happening in, because it'll go start white, say the intro, go to it, and it'll go yes, correct, yes, correct, and then it's finished that and it goes to white. And we could, it kind of does reset in the same order, but really what we wouldn't do is when the game starts, we want to set it to how we want the game to start. So this is why we put things at the front of this. This is a whole kind of like, do I eat breakfast first, then brush my teeth type stuff. It's like, yeah, you did brush your teeth in the end, but you ate breakfast and then brushed your teeth is kind of a little bit fresh for everyone else, particularly depending on what you ate, for those who like to eat haggis in the morning. So go through there, make your own questions, kind of come up with 5 questions, and we'll go from there in your own little game show.